Hey everyone, it's Jourdan Rystrom, and you are watching Vib3sTV, music for the masses.
Hi guys, so today I am here with Miss Jourdan Rystrom, and she just came out with a new single titled Dead Sober. I want to know kind of how, first of all, how long did it take you to write this?
Oh my gosh, the writing of the actual song?
Yes.
Or the production of everything?
I guess both, both.
Okay, the writing of the actual song took 13 minutes.
Okay, wow.
And yeah, so my co-writer Johnny Valone and I, we get together and we create magic and literally channel every song we've ever written in less than an hour. So that's the length of the song, but now on the other hand, the entire journey of Dead Sober coming to fruition to production and release has taken quite a few years.
Oh wow.
So how it started was I wrote this song with Johnny in the moment after I had gotten sober, and because of an ex-boyfriend who relapsed, that was the reason I wrote this song.
Okay.
So if you listen to the lyrics, it talks about like, how could you leave me? How could you say goodbye? Living in no place or time when you don't know the destination. So it's about when someone like relapses and you're left feeling just so empty and so like, oh my gosh, I can't control this. I don't have any control over someone else's decisions, right?
Yeah.
And so I wrote the song in that moment of realizing that I have to be sober for myself, no matter what. And so that was back in November of 2015. So we wrote the song in February of 2016, and if you do the math, it's August of 2018 right now. So this song has taken quite a while to be produced, and we've worked with many different producers. We wanted this song to really be like the nugget of my new expansion as a musician, as an artist in my career of basically there's like pre-sobriety and post-sobriety music career, and so I wanted this to be my launch of my new music career. And so it took us quite a long time to find the right producer, but we found him. His name's Paul Chang, and he's pretty awesome. And so once we got the song recorded, which was a year ago, then it took me a while to get the cojones to release it.
Yeah, because I definitely, listening to it, it's very personal, and you've talked a lot about your journey throughout kind of the promoting of this song and all that. And I mean, what did it take for you to have kind of the balls to be like, here it is, here's my story? And
yeah, it definitely took quite a lot of just soul searching and being confident in the fact that like I'm on this journey, right? And you're never fully healed. As an addict, as an alcoholic, you're never fully cured. You're in a recovering status. So like, I'm almost 3 years sober now, and so I feel like I'm kind of getting the grounds to not only having healed myself, and I'm continuing to heal myself, but to be able to now reach out to others and help them through music, knowing that there is too hope for them. And so it's been quite a journey, and also a lot of fear of success has been triggered within me, because I think the last time we talked was like back in 2013.
No, oh my gosh.
Was it?
No, it can't have been that
2014 maybe?
14 or 14 maybe.
Well, it was when my other songs had come out, which was like 2013, 2014. And so after I had received quite a lot of like news and accolades and stuff from those songs being successful, that's when I fell into my addiction. So since we've seen each other. So the fear of success triggers a freezing, not only in me, but a lot of creatives that I've spoken with. What happens when you have all this responsibility? What happens if you start changing the world? It's like all of this stuff that you have to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like this crippling fear of like, you got what you want, and now you're like,
now what? And so I actually went through, have you heard of Landmark?
No.
I went through Landmark, which is this like personal development program, and so you can look it up. It's really cool. I highly recommend it to anyone who's looking to like get to the next level as a human being. I tapped into my potential through doing the Landmark programs, and the support that I received from everyone in my growth process. They've been like, Jourdan, just do it. Like, let go of that fear. And so I like stepped into this new way of being, and I've created the possibility of a global music ministry that speaks to the world and helps people feel again.
That's so awesome. I've seen on your Facebook site, I definitely did my Instagram and Facebook stalking.
I love it.
I was seeing how, one of the big things that you've done is you've called to people to tell their stories, and how's that response been? How's that felt? That I mean, like, you know, you work on this for a year, for 3 years, and then you're like, here it all is, and now everyone's like, I went through the same thing. Like, how does that feel?
Yeah, it feels absolutely amazing. This is the reason I do it, you know. A lot of people think, oh, musical artists, they're just out for themselves. Like, the reason I'm doing music is for the world. It's for something bigger than myself. And in the song, you know, we talk about it's bigger than the both of us, you know, addiction and self-sabotage and all of its forms. It's bigger than you. It's something that it's not up to you to decide what happens with someone else. And so for me to receive all these messages from people saying, hey, you know, you helped my daughter and I create a bond again through your song, or hey, you know, I watched my dad struggle with addiction and now I can finally see his side of the story and give compassion to him, or hey, you know, I'm a mother and my son is a heroin addict and your song really helped me heal. And then even to people who are currently trying to get sober, saying your song has helped give me a footing of feeling hope again and knowing that I can do this with some help. So it's been absolutely amazing. The song's been out for like 3 or 4 days right now at the time of this filming, and I've received hundreds of messages already. And
that's
so
amazing.
Creating that movement has been everything.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like so much of it is, you know, addiction, and I've seen your journey kind of on social media and how you've talked about it very openly.
Yeah.
And it's still a very stigmatized subject, and most people, you know, don't talk as much about it, at least not in the beginning. You know, once they're a couple years sober, they're like, oh, here was my journey. But to see you talk about it pretty early on.
From day like 20, I think, is when I made my first public post. Yeah.
How terrifying was that?
Oh my gosh. It was stepping into a new place. Yeah. Completely new. You know, everybody who knows my story knows that my dad was actually, you know, the alcoholic or the addict in my family. And so when I lost him to an accident when I was 13 because of his addiction, I lost who he was when I was 13. He's still alive. He's just like in a vegetative state, and because of a brain injury. And so when I lost him, you know, everyone knew my story. They're like, oh, Jourdan's this, you know, singer-songwriter extraordinaire, but her dad was an alcoholic, and, you know, her family has gone through so much. But it's funny because deep down they didn't know that I was actually struggling out here in LA with my own addiction. Yeah. And it's such a silent disease, especially for me. It's like, I didn't drink people think alcoholics drink every day, and, you know, drug addicts do drugs every day, and that's not always the case. You know, for me it was, I would just have margaritas on the weekends with my girlfriends and I would go a little bit overboard. Or, but the addiction lies in the mind. And so for me it actually started with pills, and it ended up unraveling to, you know, food, money, shopping. You know, there's so many different ways that you can manifest an addiction, even in negative thinking. Exactly.
You know, I think it's really, really, really brave of you to talk about it all. Not only that, but also that it doesn't have to be a heroin addiction.
Exactly.
You know, addiction comes in so many different forms, and for you to talk openly about that, about it, you know, you don't have to be this heavy drug addict who's living on the street and, you know, all that, to know and to understand that you're not in control of your own actions, or you're not in control of that.
Exactly. And as a you know, blonde white woman who has a job and pays her rent, no one thinks, oh, she has a problem, really, you know. And so I suffered a lot in silence, and then when I came out saying, hey guys, like, I'm sober now, I was struggling for years with this disease that like literally ate away at my soul on a spiritual level, not only, you know, physical and mental and emotional, people didn't believe me.
That's what I was just about to ask. Like,
yeah, people didn't believe that. They're like, oh no, Jourdan, you're fine, and I'm like, I'm not being heard. And now I understand how so many other races and people are like, wait, I'm not being heard. I'm like, it was such a realization of like, wow, the stigma of addiction, like, people think that an alcoholic has to be a drunk on the street, and that is not true at all. They're women, they're men, people with families, and it's time to speak out and to have open conversations about this stuff that has such a stigma that doesn't need to have it anymore, so we can heal, because we need the opportunity to heal. We're human beings, you know, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and all of us deserve to live the best life ever.
So going on that, what's in the pipeline? What's going on in the future now?
So Dead Sober dropped. I'm creating the possibility for this to be known around the world, and radio stations, TV, film placements, getting Dead Sober out there, creating the movement. What's next in the pipeline is we're going into production on an acoustic version of this song, which we've already had so many people ask about. Because when I perform it live, actually at a show last night, the single release show, and performed it live, and so many people were like, you need to just record an acoustic version of this too. And so we're going to create 2 different music videos. I'm not going to give too many details yet, but there's including the movement. So everybody, please send in your stories, because that's all going to be a part of this magic that we're creating. And then I'm going back into the studio to release an EP and a full album.
Yes, because I saw on YouTube you did a video with Lozelle.
Oh yeah, I did.
It was like, what? So I was like, I didn't click on the video. It was like magnetic something.
The Magnosphere.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's a holistic healing therapy at Sonabar, which is a holistic wellness center that I'm the director of here in Brentwood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I still work there 2 days a week.
I know,
along with everything else I do.
I think you had just started there.
Oh yeah.
When we did a video before.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've worked there ever since I moved to LA.
Okay.
But I worked there for like 6 days a week, and now I've gone down to 2 days a week to pursue my music and healing career fully.
That's so cool. I was like, because I remember last time we were together, I was like, I should totally visit her.
Yeah, we'll still come by. I'm there tomorrow.
Yeah, because I did a couple of sketches with her.
Okay.
And so I was like, you popped up on hers. So
Yeah.
It's Jourdan.
Yep. Yeah, we had a good time together. She was doing the Magnosphere, which is magnetic resonance therapy.
Okay.
To just rebalance and realign.
And you also do healing too, right?
Yes. Yeah, so I'm a Reiki healer, a crystal healer, sound healer. And so here in my home space, I do all types of healing, and then hypnotherapy is my latest obsession and passion, because I have used hypnotherapy to get over my fear of success and release this music to the world. So I owe it to my teacher Grace and all of my amazing hypno sisters, and it's an awesome program. So highly recommend trying hypnotherapy if you haven't yet.
What do you feel like has been the thing that has touched you the most from what you've gotten response-wise from everybody?
What's touched me the most is the support from people like you and friends and family, and just people coming out of the woodworks to support this mission and to lift me up and to say, hey Jourdan, we're here for you. What can we do? Delegate stuff to us. You know, we want to support you in raising up. And people really seeing me with like a capital S, like really seeing me and for my mission and my vision for what I know that this work can bring to the world. And so, yeah, interviews, you know, people reaching out to me, you know, fans saying thank you so much for your music and sharing their stories. Just the response has been overwhelmingly just great, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys who have helped to share the song, share your story, and show me support. I just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
When you started this journey, if you knew where you were now, what would you have said to yourself? What would you have said to yourself when you were like in the beginning of your sobriety? And because there's a lot of people out there that I think who either don't think that they have an addiction problem, or who are kind of at the very beginning of their journey. And what kind of advice would you give them now that you're kind of, I wouldn't say you're over the hump, but you've definitely, you can see,
yeah,
you can
made it to the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess if someone's just newly starting out sobriety, I would say take it one day at a time. I know that's an often said analogy, but really just one day at a time, stepping forward. Little baby steps are going to move you to your success. For people who are not yet sober but thinking about it, reach out for help. Reach out your hand for help. There's so many amazing like 12-step programs, you know, churches, whatever organization, friends and family. Just reach out for help. Please don't allow that stigma to keep you locked in your own prison, because there is freedom from just reaching out a hand to hold. And you know, as cliche as that sounds, you know, reach out to me. I'm here for you personally. So I want to extend that. And again, one day at a time. I I think for me, I can get so overwhelmed with all of the ideas and the visions and the things that I want to do. And for people who are newly sober, they're like, oh, I want to do all these things, and I see the light, and I have this pink cloud of like so much love and light and happiness, and that's great. And like, hold on to that pink cloud and be happy and loving, but take it one step at a time and like complete 3 things on your task list every day, and that's it. And just be happy with that and be grateful and create your gratitude list and just stay in that vibration of love, and you will attract all of the most amazing people around you and continue your journey. And I'm so glad to have met you.
Okay, well, thank you so much for doing this little chat with us. By the way, we're actually in Jourdan's, what would you call this space?
I call it like my music and healing room.
Your music and healing room. So I'm really excited because it actually looks amazing. But anyways, we are going to put all the links down below of your music, your social media. I'm also going to put a couple of links down below for everyone that, you know, are reaching out for help in hotlines and addiction hotlines and all that information. I think that's about it.
Yeah, and just, listen to the song.
Yes,
share
definitely.
your story with the hashtag Dead Sober. Follow me and reach out to me personally. I'd love to meet you and hear your story. And I can't wait for what's next.
I'm so excited. All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening to my debut single, Dead Sober. I want to invite you to share your story and join in the mission to feel again. And what that means is being open and honest about your struggles, your shortcomings, anything that you have overcome or are still struggling with. Please share your story with the hashtag Dead Sober and tag me at Jourdan Rystrom. That's JOURDAN RYSTROM. Go ahead and tag me and I'll share your story as well so that we can all stay connected, because the movement to feel again is happening. It is our birthright to be happy, joyous, and free. And I want to use this song to raise awareness about addiction and self-sabotage, and know that there is faith and there is hope. You can get better if you just reach out a hand for help and have faith. Please download this song. Please share it far and wide. You might not have been the one struggling with addiction, but you might be a parent, a child, a loved one, or a partner of someone who has, and so your story is valid too. I want to hear all of your stories so that we can have an open conversation about what society stigmatizes, because guess what? No more stigma around these topics. It's time to feel again. It's time to speak out. It's time to speak your truth. Be sure to subscribe below so that we can stay in touch. Many more videos coming soon, new music, and a music video for Dead Sober will be launching on November 1st, so I can't wait to share that with you. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. Share your story. Mwah.